Why is it that women are treated the same as men in health and fitness? You know, female physiology is unique, but female-specific issues are often completely ignored in the world of weight loss. I want to tell you a little bit about my story. My name is Dr. Jade Tita. I'm an integrative physician and a longtime personal trainer. This guy's my brother Keone, also a doctor. In fact, we went to medical school together, and he too is a longtime personal trainer. You know, we spent years in the health and fitness industry trying to figure out what made the difference in results for women. And what we discovered is that it was hormones as much as calories, and that this fact was completely ignored. In fact, we were so successful with our approach addressing hormones rather than calories to attack female-specific fat loss that we wrote a book called The Metabolic Effect Diet. In fact, Time magazine ranked this book as one of the top 10 diet books of 2010 because it was so successful in turning the equation back on female hormones rather than just calories. Along the way in our journey, we hooked up with some pretty smart people. Two of them are our wives, Jill Coleman and Jillian Sarno Tita. Jill is a clinical nutritionist, accomplished fitness model, and a professional figure athlete. Jillian is an integrative physician, also a fitness model, and also a professional figure athlete. The four of us together, as we've looked at this equation for fat loss, have discovered that it is really about what you do, what you eat, and the types of exercise you engage in, rather than the amounts of food or the amounts of exercise you do. And together with a top-level bunch of trainers who we have trained, we have created a company called Metabolic Effect. Metabolic Effect is all about you, your unique individual reactions to health, fitness, and fat loss. We take a hormonal approach to everything we do, not just a caloric one. Did you know that because of the hormone estrogen, female fat is a little different from men? And that understanding that difference allows you to tweak your diet and exercise in subtle ways that can generate really big results. For example, female lower body fat has almost 10 times more alpha adrenergic receptors compared to men. These receptors slow the release of fat from the body. Have you or someone you know ever done one of those marathon training programs hoping to lose lower body fat, only to find out that your bust and waist shrunk while the lower body stayed the same? That's those pesky alpha adrenergic receptors at work. What happens is you start out as a pair and you go on these calorie-controlled diets and you end up as a smaller but more pronounced pair. And what about cellulite? They say it's all about genetics, but if that's true, why do women who train with weights have less of it? Others say it's really about losing fat. But then why do so many skinny women still have issues with cellulite? The truth is, cellulite does have a genetic component. And it is also true if you burn fat, your cellulite may improve. But attacking female lower body fat is more than just a matter of counting calories and losing weight. Female lower fat has two distinct features. One of the issues with female fat is that it has beta receptors, which burn fat, but far more alpha receptors that actually keep you from burning fat. And that's different from a male who has equal alpha receptors compared to beta receptors. Another difference between the male and female physiology is that male collagen is crisscrossed like a chain link fence, while female skin has collagen fibers that run vertically up and down. So then how do you address female-specific lower body fat and cellulite? I can tell you one thing, you don't do it with magic creams you spread on your legs. And the idea that cellulite comes from toxins that need to be flushed out through detoxes is completely false. And that's coming from two natural health physicians. What about the spa treatments and leg wraps? Do they work? Yeah, they can work for a few hours due to their dehydrating effects, but they don't burn fat. What works is not magic, and I don't have any special proprietary herbal formula to sell you. Nor am I going to try to convince you we have discovered specific exercise that work better than all the other ones. If you know anything about our company, Metabolic Effect, you know we don't do gimmicks. The one thing we do have that may be a bit different from the rest is our team has over 100 years of combined clinical experience working with women of all ages. We don't just work with young fit models and figure athletes. We know the differences in female physiology and the tweaks to diet, exercise, and lifestyle that can take the female physique to the next level. There's no magic, no gimmicks, just good old-fashioned real-world experience. So you want to know the secret to female lower body fat and cellulite? Remember this picture? The decreased ability to release fat from the lower body that females have and men don't? And the vertical collagen fibers that can fill up with fat and form fat pockets? You can speed fat loss from the lower body by adjusting your diet and exercise in specific ways. And there's nothing magic about this. These techniques are used by great fat loss coaches all over. The next trick is to address the collagen fiber issue. This is a bit more controversial. Notice how the collagen fibers run from the muscle to the skin, and how some of these fibers run more horizontal like a man. Resistance training tightens these fibers, and certain exercises are better at doing that than others. These exercises stimulate the hips, butt, and thighs. There are even certain spa treatments and self-massage techniques that can remodel the collagen, making it stronger and more crisscrossed like a man. And yes, there are even some tips and tricks to thinning the legs and reducing the appearance of cellulite for short periods of time. These spa methods and natural medicine therapies work to dehydrate the area, but you need to know they're only temporary. It's useful to know, but not even close to a long-term solution if you're after permanent change. There's simply no getting around the exercise and diet changes you must master if you're hoping to lose lower body fat and burn cellulite. So that's it. No gimmicks, just straight talk about what it takes. We're not giving you anything new or magic or unknown. What we are giving you is the cutting-edge shortcuts that elite fat loss coaches teach their clients every single day. That way, when you lose weight, you don't end up with less tone and more cellulite, but instead end up with a smaller and tighter body with more tone and less cellulite. The Metabolic Effect team and I put together all of this information into one online program. It walks you through the step-by-step of getting rid of lower body fat and reducing the appearance of cellulite. You get our knowledge of a combined 100 years of clinical experience in dealing with female-specific fat loss issues. Not a re-engineered one-size-fits-all protocol by male bodybuilders. If you're tired of people telling you all you need to do is eat less and exercise more, and you've been waiting for a no-frills gimmick-free approach to lower body fat loss that takes into account your female hormones and focuses on your female-specific concerns, let us at Metabolic Effect help you. You're probably wondering, what do you get and how much does it cost? We have put an entire education together for you in an online password-protected member website. In that website, you will find complete instructions on the 4F system of lower body fat loss and cellulite removal. You'll get detailed coaching on the dietary principles and nutrient timing approaches that we use in our clinic. You're going to receive a detailed food list, sample meal plans, example meals, and even food prep and cooking help. You get the exact lower body resistance training workout used by our elite fitness model clients. You also receive the Metabolic Effect signature 10-20-30 workout approach to female-specific body fat. And there's more. You get tips, tricks, tools, tactics, protocols, and procedures that cover all aspects of female-specific lower body fat. Oh, and did I mention there's an online support group of hundreds of women who are also going through the program? You get access to that group too. And our Metabolic Effect coaches even show up there from time to time to answer your questions. So your next question is probably, how much does it cost? You're probably thinking something like this costs hundreds, perhaps close to thousands of dollars. Well, if you were seeing us one-on-one in our clinic, consulting with our professional figure competitor team members, and training with our trainers, it probably would. But that's the beauty of this online training system. You won't pay $1,000. You're not even going to pay $100. You get the entire program, lifelong access for as long as it exists, and all future updates for even less. Your cost, $47. That's less than one 30-minute personal training session with one of our ME trainers. And like all Metabolic Effect programs, there's a 100% refund. If you don't like the results, request a refund within 60 days and you get your money back. In fact, if you don't lose at least 2 inches in 60 days on this program, not only will we give you your money back, but we'll give you one of our other programs completely free. We can offer that deal because we don't do gimmicks, and we know if you do this program, it's going to work. So if you're ready to take a different approach to body change, one that attacks your unique female body, we can't wait to welcome you to the Metabolic Effect family.